We are now on the Peoria Eastern Rail Trail. It is officially a trail now. Speedway Trails wants to encourage all the small nonprofit volunteers across the state. It's very important to keep talking about your vision, keep dreaming your dream, talk to everyone you meet, your friends, your neighbors, people you don't know. We will continue volunteering until we connect the White River to the Wabash River. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. My name is Carlos May. I'm the town manager, and I just got done taking a tour of some of the trails here in Speedway, not all of them. But I want to say that Bev has certainly dedicated time and effort, probably a lot of time and a lot of effort, into making this a reality. And I tell you what, from what I've seen thus far, I think it's only going to get better. So with that, I want to bring Frank up, say a few words, and then we'll get on to the guest of the day.
Hey, thanks everyone for coming out. As we were rolling up, Bev said, well, look, everyone's here for the bench that I wasn't invited to. And I was like, how did you find out about that? I guess she rolled by the other day and they were laying down mulch or whatever. But she was still very surprised. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today for this. So I've been with Speedway Trails for creeping up on a decade. Obviously, anyone that's in Speedway knows when Boda came into town and was talking about B&O expansion, we had a meeting here, and Bev showed up to remonstrate against the trails. She didn't want them. And this is what not wanting something looks like. But so it lit her fire. She caught the vision. Soon after Speedway Trails was created, she got involved in town planning, the protected bike lane on Main Street through the redevelopment there. And then we just started working from there, acquiring grants, building the P&E, the town getting involved, helping with the B&O, and then culminating last year with the Next Level Trail grant, $5 million. 6.8 actually with the help of CICF. So incredible things happen. When Bev and I first met, I was working at the Zip Factory on Main Street, and I was aware that there was a rail bed behind it, and I found out that they were going to convert it to trail. I was like, oh, I'd like to get involved in that. I can walk to work. And so got in contact with Bev. I was like, hey, how can I help? Well, you work at Zip, get some money. So I went and I was able to procure $500 and say, here you go. Oh, that's great. Now get on the board. Okay, I got on the board, but and then in the last couple of years, now you need to be president.
I need to retire.
We all know Bev, what Bev wants, Bev gets. And to the benefit of the town of Speedway. Because through this vision, I mean, look at what's happened. Part of our economic development is built around the connectivity and trails. The increase of activity, especially through this COVID environment, has been tremendous. So yeah, Bev wanted trails, and Speedway got trails, and we are a better town for it. So thank you, Bev.
Thank you. Thank you. Woo! I think the main motivation for trails was when I came up to this little shelter and I looked and I said, where's the trail? I don't see anything. All I see are weeds and brush. And I walked down this path, and I walked up a little tiny narrow path up on top of the railroad bed, and it was about 2 feet wide, and there was branches down. And I looked and wow, that's a neat little door to the woods. How cool is that? But then I turned around and I could see every single kid on the playground. I could see every single parent. They could not see me. I was hidden. And that just broke my heart, and I said, we got to make this safe. And now we have a safe trail in Speedway, and it's just so cool. Thank you for showing up. This is just really awesome. Thank you to for the Eagle Scouts for putting this bench in, and it's been an awesome ride. And here we go. We're going to go further. We've got our preliminary plans to go east and connect downtown. And then the year after that, we'll be building the bridge and heading west. So I never expected to go further than Speedway. That's why we're called Speedway Trails. But we're going to connect, and I'm driven to connect, and it's really awesome. So thank you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Surprise!
I'm Gary Raikes. I'm a town councilor here in Speedway, and it was a lot of fun to know this was going to happen, and to know Bev. I saw a couple signs that are upside down. That was kind of fun, and I love looking over at Don. He's got his Love Bev sign, which is great. I think we all love Bev. I don't know how many years ago it was. Bev approached me as a new town councilor and said, "Hey, I want to do trails," and she started talking about her vision, which was to pave our rail beds and have a place for people to walk and ride. And she talked about connecting it to some older trails that were here in this park, and wanting to connect the trails to other parks and other parts of town, like our Main Street and schools. And I thought those were pretty big dreams, pretty big ideas, pretty big goals. And then she went further and said, well, I'd love to connect them to downtown Indianapolis, and I'd love to connect them to Farley, and then on to Hendricks County and beyond. And I thought those were even bigger ideas. Not impossible, but things that would certainly never happen as long as I was probably still involved in town.
Me too.
Or maybe even as long as I was alive. But the cool part is what Bev started and has continued to shepherd and lead and engage people like Frank and others. It's a reality. All of those things are a reality, including connecting to downtown, including connecting over Eagle Creek and going to Farley and going on to Hendricks County. Hi, guys.
That's what we're here for.
That's right. And we were all kids once, right?
And
So
you played on the railroad bed.
I got in a lot of trouble on that railroad bed. But anyway, Bev, without Bev, without ideas, without big ideas, without a dream to do something like this, it never would have happened. And without the monies that you and your team have gone out and found and developed, it wouldn't have happened. So thank you so very much.
It's been an honor.
Yeah. We, as a counselor, I want to invite you on behalf of my fellow counselors Monday night to our council meeting, 7 p.m. at the town hall. We do have, with this COVID time, we do have a limit on how many people we can have in the room, but we'll let you in, and we'll let a few family members and a few others if you'd like to be. But we'd like to recognize you very specifically, and we won't tell what that is tonight. It'll be a secret until Monday. We'll have another surprise. But we want to make sure you get out on Monday night, and we want to recognize you. So just absolutely love you. You become a really good friend, and just love the work you've done, but love you more as a person. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Next up is Tammy Smith,
Air
our
hug.
Parks Director. Yeah.
Air hug.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. This was a great surprise for Bev.
Yeah.
We love Bev. First of all, I want to recognize James. He's the Eagle Scout that did this project. James, come on up here so they can see who you are. He did this bench, put in the shade sail. We've got plaques, a tree, did some plants, and he did an awesome job with this project. He approached the Parks Board quite a while ago regarding this, had talked to Frank Merritt, and the vision was formed that we always knew we wanted to dedicate this to Bev. So finally, the day has come, and thank you, James, very much for that. So, yeah, thank you. Bev.
Yeah.
Thank you for your long-standing commitment to the Trails and Speedway. You have put your heart and soul into something you are passionate about. You are the true definition of a community leader. You've influenced and encouraged the next generation of leaders, educating them of the benefits of continuing the expansion of Trails and Speedway, eventually providing connectivity to downtown and farther west. Trails offer connectivity to homes, parks, businesses, and to each other. Trails become corridors to other parts of a community, as well as other communities altogether. They increase property values, increase spending at local businesses, makes communities more attractive places to live, influences business locations, reduces medical costs by encouraging healthy outdoor activities, revitalizes depressed areas, provides alternate transportation options, provides low to no cost family recreational options, provides economic benefits, increases quality of life, preserves open spaces, provides access to natural areas, and so much more. Please accept and enjoy these tokens of appreciation from those within this community that have positively been impacted by your vision. A tribute tree will be planted by Speedway Parks, compliments of Lynx Creative Alliance. They have picked the tulip tree because, according to Celtic tree symbolism, the tulip tree is associated with victory, transformation, and vision. We honor you, your vision, and constant persistence to transform Speedway's unused railways to trailways that will connect our community for generations to come.
Thank you.
Bev, you have led the way to a better Speedway. On behalf of Speedway Parks and Recreation, Speedway Parks Board, the town of Speedway, its councilors, leaders, and staff, community groups, community businesses, and the community as a whole, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to have Diana Virgil come up and give a few words as well. Diana was one of the B&O original vision out in Hendricks County that came into Speedway and helped create the vision for Speedway Trails and for Bev as well. I want to add a couple of things to what Tammy just said. It's amazing what trails will create. We've got several members from the running club out here tonight. We've got a new club that exists and utilizes our trail system. My wife and I run the bike club. We're in our third year here in Speedway, another club that is in existence primarily because of the trails, and a lot of other parks activities and the cross-country teams and stuff that run on them. All those entities exist because of the trails, in my opinion. One other thing that I said, Bev gets what Bev wants. Bev came to a meeting, and that's where she met Don, and Bev wanted Don, so she got that too. So Diana, why don't you come up here and say a couple things?
This is really amazing. When I first learned about the abandoned railroad back in '92, and I learned it's for 65 miles, Indianapolis, downtown, all the way out to Montezuma and Park County, I thought, all right, sounds like a great idea. I have been going to the Rails to Trails Council around the country and had seen rail trails. I thought, oh, it's great. It's just going to be so simple. I came out here in Speedway sometime in the 90s, and the council, anybody from the council way back in the 90s, they about kicked me out. And there was an attorney that let me have it. I got the same treatment in North Salem and Hendricks County, but I realized it was just fear of the unknown. They had never seen a rail trail, so of course they certainly didn't want it. So it's been a long time, but what a change. Isn't this great? Without Bev, this would never have been here.
Without Diana. Thank you, Diana.
This is why you need really great people from all areas of the 65 miles. I still haven't got anybody from Putnam and Park, but we'll work on that. But thank goodness with Bev and Frank and all of the Speedway Trails things, because they've made it happen. And what a benefit and a blessing for Speedway. So thank you, guys.